Why did you tell me that? Like,
Why did I tell
what
you?
what'd you think of it?
Because you asked me to be here, Andrew. And I do have anxiety.
Okay, now
Okay.
look that way, and
Okay.
yeah, tell
Why
me
do I have to look this way?
because I'm over there.
Stupid. Why is this? I've never seen this in an interview before where I have to stare at a fucking water bottle.
Well, that's because usually the interviewer is there and they're
Okay.
not holding the camera.
God damn. Usually it's like over the head or something. Alright, so. Oh, is that how I started off? Or do you have to ask a question first? I have to say it. I have to say something.
Well, I'm putting it together so it's more like a narrative than like it appears like an interview, if that makes sense.
Okay. So then I can just say stuff.
Well, the first thing you have to do is you have to say your name.
Say my name. Name's Marlon Brooks. Oh, stupid. Restart. Cut. Alright, my name is Marlon Brooks. Does that work? Is that good?
Okay, do it again.
My name is Marlon Brooks.
So, you know...
My name is Marlon Brooks, and I've been... My name is Marlon Brooks, and I've been experiencing anxiety since I was 3, and then it ended around the time I was maybe 16, and I stopped caring about a lot of things. Is that good? I'll say it. Like, I've been experiencing anxiety, and then I'll give an example. My name... I'm gonna do it now.
Just, I'm gonna try something. You just, go whenever, and then, you just ramble.
Alright. My name is Marlon Brooks, and I've been experiencing anxiety since I was 3 until I was 16. And around the time, my first experience with anxiety was whenever I was 3 and I was in kindergarten. Or I wasn't in kindergarten, but I was a part of this play that I did whenever I used to go to church. And what we would do was we would dress up as our Halloween characters, and I was Buzz Lightyear that year. And we went up in front of everybody and we would sing, and the entire time everybody was happy and they were singing, the kids I was with at least, and then the crowd was, they were all nice and taking pictures and stuff, and I was in the middle of it, and I was the only person with a frown on my face. I did not like being in front of all those people, and it made me very uncomfortable. And sure enough though, my dad took a picture of it, and I'm frowning the entire time. It was my first experience social anxiety, and probably never forget it. But afterwards I began cut. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you're doing good. You're doing
No,
good.
I don't know what to say after that.
Well, all right. Okay, you can go wherever you're...
There are plenty of other social interactions that I have where I feel very anxious, which is usually because I work at a grocery store, so I have to communicate with a lot of different people, and a lot of the times I feel like I have to say something because that's what they tell you to do, is like talk to people, and sometimes it's just kind of awkward if I say nothing the entire time, even if the person is comfortable with it. So I'll say something usually to try to start off a conversation, and it always ends up being something completely random and just not a popular topic of conversation. I don't know what kind of example I could give, but there's been plenty of moments. What would yours be?
At work?
Yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, I guess I can talk about that one time whenever that person was talking about how there was a Democrat on television, and he was referring to, or wait, no, should I? No, because then that means the person, that the customer was talking to me. I wasn't talking to the customer, and that's what I was leading up to.
All right.
So you ever like experience like times whenever there's a customer and then they obviously have like a mental disability or a physical disability, and you kind of question that physical disability completely innocently, not trying to like offend them at all, but you question them about that one thing that they may be insecure about, and just because you want to break the silence, and it's completely awkward from then on because they don't really want to answer that question. You ever experienced something like that?
Yeah, well, I usually don't ask, but sometimes I like today. I don't know if you've seen him, but there's this older black guy and one of
He was
his
like a giant
arms.
arm,
Yeah, no. I really wanted to ask,
Be like, how'd you get that giant ass arm?
yeah, and like, I feel like people like that. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to act like I'm not aware or focusing on that, but I might be doing so and trying to act like I'm not. Like,
Yeah.
I thought it was awkward today because he had all his groceries like on the top part of the car where like you put eggs and bread. And so, he took them out and I was like, well, I'm gonna put them back in. And then, I was trying to do that, but like his big arm was laying up there, and I'm like, well, I guess I should put him in the bottom, but then like he had him at the top for a reason, like he was struggling to put him on the belt, so I just kind of like awkwardly tried to slide it past him.
Dang, that sucks. Usually I would just try to put it on leave it there on the belt. Mm. Oh dang. Well, I guess okay. So Savannah has a boyfriend named Ryan, and I feel like it's always very awkward whenever I see him. Only because whenever I hang out with Savannah a lot, people are always like, "Oh, y'all two are like best friends." And then like before that, whenever she didn't have a boyfriend, people would say stuff like, "We should go out." And now that she has a boyfriend, like I feel like it's kind of awkward seeing him. Only because whenever he's like walking around the store, I feel like people are looking at me and then looking at him, and then just kind of comparing the two, which makes me like very like yeah, it doesn't make me feel good. I usually just go inside of the bathroom the entire time until he like leaves, or like go in the break room, or like make an excuse whenever I get back. And I think Savannah pointed it out, I think the other day, or like like last week she pointed it out. She was like, every time Ryan's in here, you're not in here. And then it made sense to me, like what I was doing. It was very subconscious. It was only until she said that I started recognizing what I was doing. And so like I guess whenever I have anxiety, I never really notice until somebody points it out. Like it was something common to me, very a lot, that I never really recognized it. I don't know what else to say.
That's pretty good.
Alright, cool. So, what am I doing?
Just sort of lean forward a little bit.
That?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, all right. Stand back up more. Okay.
Maybe that.
Can. I guess I don't know if I'm trying or. I guess that's good.